My mother is a saint. She's the woman who brings soup to the sick, hosts the charity gala, and spent 10 years nursing her chronically ill daughter. But here's the catch. I was never actually sick. And that saint, she didn't just steal my 20s. She curated my misery like a fine art collection. From white lies to life-altering sabotage, this is how I dismantled a 30-year reputation in exactly 20 minutes. Let's talk about the escalation ladder of a family narc. D tier, the social sabotage. In 2018, I got my dream job in Chicago. My mother told the hiring manager I had a substance issue so I wouldn't move away. She told me the company just went in a different direction. C tier, the romantic erasure. Every letter my high school sweetheart sent from the Navy, burned. She told me he forgot me. 10 years later, I found the ashes in a showbox. B tier, the medical gaslight. This is where it gets dark. For 8 years, she convinced me I had an autoimmune disorder. The specialists we saw, her college friends, the medication, high-dose sedatives hidden in my vitamin smoothies, but that's nothing compared to what she did next. To put this in perspective, imagine losing 2,920 days. Loss equals 8 years times 365 days. That's not just time, that's every wedding you didn't attend, every promotion you didn't get, and every morning you woke up feeling like a ghost in your own skin. While most girls my age were building lives, I was building a recovery that didn't need to happen. Everything was perfect. Until the saint got sloppy. Last Christmas, I found a leather-bound journal. I thought it was her prayer diary. It wasn't. It was a manual. Detailed logs of how much sedative to give me to keep me compliant but lucid enough to thank her in front of guests. What people don't realize is that some mothers don't want a daughter. They want a prop. I could have sued her. I could have moved out in the middle of the night. But for a woman who lives for the country club gaze, silence is a mercy. And I wasn't feeling merciful. I booked the venue. I invited the board of directors. I prepared the tribute video. The room was filled with the town's elite. My mother was center stage, wearing a $2,000 silk dress, ready to accept her Humanitarian of the Year award. "Let's look at the lives she's touched," the MC said. The screen flickered. It started with photos of her at the food bank. The crowd AW'd, "Just kidding." The next slide wasn't a charity photo. It was a scanned copy of the daughter's compliance log from her journal. Page 42, "Increased the drops today. She's getting too independent." The silence in that ballroom was so heavy you could have used it as a boat anchor. Luckily, I had already packed my bags and moved my checking account, which she luckily didn't have access to. Unlike her dignity, watching her realize that 300 people were reading her manual for madness was better than any therapy session. She wasn't a saint anymore. She was just a woman in an expensive dress with nowhere to hide. So, what does this all mean? They tell you blood is thicker than water. But they forget that you can drown in both. Revenge isn't about taking their money, it's about taking back the truth. I'm 32 now, and for the first time in my life, I'm not recovering. I'm just living. And the best part? My mother is still waiting for me to get sick again so she can feel relevant. She's going to be waiting a very long time.